You're Near the Wild with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska.
Hello.
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 Wasn't that the Three Stooges?
Hold on a
Hello,
second.
hello.
Trying to see how John did that.
I joined the call.
Oh, you did? Excellent. All right. Well, yeah, that's what I meant to happen, and somehow it worked.
We did it.
We did it. Success. So what went on this week?
We've had a boondoggle of a week. We went down whale watching in Seward, Alaska.
Whale watching. Isn't it a little early for whale watching right now?
It is not. This is the time when you want to jump in, and our weather has been abnormally warm, so it was a beautiful day. Becky actually got sunburnt.
Well, okay, you're out on the water, so obviously there's no ice. Painting a picture here, you're in Seward, which is 2.5 hours from Anchorage.
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, and you get out on the boat. There's no ice anywhere, right?
There's glaciers. That's where.
There's glaciers, but there's no whales up there. But it's clear sailing for you right now.
Right, we go down through what do you call it? The big Ketchimak Bay.
Yeah.
So you just do a big loop through there, but it was amazing. We saw everything.
What are we talking humpback whales, gray whales?
We saw weird ones. We saw some string whale or something. I forget what he said it was, but he goes, "Those are really rare." And I go, "Oh, what are the odds of the ocean's polluted?" But I wasn't the most upbeat guy on this trip. But it was a great deal. It was a package deal. You go there, you stay at the Holiday Inn. And then, that's the one we did, didn't you go? Yeah, we went last year.
We went years ago, and I think that's when we got kicked out of it was the last time we were allowed at the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that because you had walked by the front desk, and they were trying to figure out who was going to kick us out.
Yeah. They would rather have the Caddyshack, what do they call them? They'd rather have the Caddyshack caddies than us back at that pool.
Yeah, we were throwing glass balls of wine in the pool. So
no, they would have rather
they didn't break.
They would have rather us shit in the pool than to be there.
Yeah, that was actually they actually said that on the comment card.
So
cool.
So anything else happen on the? Did you see anything else on the trip? Because I know you go out and you head out of the bay. And they kind of bop around based on other sightings from other boats, and they kind of chase. Right,
they do work together. They said, "Hey, there's that." We saw the harbor seals, of course, the dolphins. We saw what did we see? We saw a bunch of weird birds. Oh my God, we went to the Sea Life Center. Some amazing weird birds. I mean, just bizarre birds. Like I was dumbfounded. We walked into the little puffin area, and there was a puffin. He looks like a duck, but he's got like a rainbow snout on him.
Yeah.
Becky's parents grew up here the whole time. We all went, "What the hell is that?"
You've never seen a puffin before, dude?
No, this was not a normal puffin. I will send you the picture of what this was. And that was amazing. And then we saw, what else did we see? Oh, and then we saw the atomic camper.
Now, is that at the Sea Life Park?
No, this was in a campground in Seward. The guy lives apparently in Hillside, built it from scratch. It's a huge rocket-looking camper. And he let me go in it, run around, take pictures.
So this is a person's house or a trailer that they built, and it's in Seward. Is it permanent?
No, he lives in He was just on down there on vacation, driving around.
So he drives this thing around.
Yeah, it's like a camper, but it's shaped instead. It's shaped like a big rocket, and he did a good job. It's got bubble windows, and it's got a whole glass front sitting area, and it's really cool.
So what's the guy's name?
Is
it Bill Guernsey?
Yes, I believe it was Bill. Because if you look on the side, it says Becky on one side and then Bill on the other. And that was great because I couldn't really tell. He had a for sale sign in it, but he didn't really ever bring up a price or anything.
That thing is fucking killer.
Is that? That's what I'm telling you. I was in that.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the bomb they dropped on Nagasaki.
I told him. So these old people are all standing around taking pictures of it. And I walk up and I go, "Can you believe that was a 1920 septic tank?" And so I told the guy who owns it there, I told him that. And he goes, "I'm going to start telling people that," because he built it from scratch. You can go on Maker Magazine or Incredibles or whatever the hell that is. Makeables or something. Yeah. Anyway, he shows how he built it all the way from the ground up.
Wow, that's insane.
He says, "You could build your own."
Hey, John, I'm sending you the picture.
Hey, guys. I dropped out for a second. We were talking about whales, and then I got back and we were talking about bomb cars.
Rocket cars, rocket campers.
Cars, toilet tank campers.
Hey, John, how do I send you a picture? You did that before.
I think if you hover over my name, you can hit the drop down thing and you send me an instant message.
Oh, okay. Here we go. SMS.
No, that's on my phone. Is there just like an instant message option, or you can just send it to my phone? Whatever.
Let's see about this.
Let's try it. See what happens.
Well, it's not giving me a picture option.
Huh.
All right. Just if you want to see the atomic camper, just do a search for atomic camper. It comes right up.
Yeah. But he's going to be on the RV channel, he said, but they bumped him to November now. He's kind of bummed on that.
That's not prime RV month.
That should be November. Well, no, actually, John, think about it. That's perfect time because that's the time you get the deals. That's when you get everyone who's thinking about going off the grid and getting an atomic camper.
Isn't that funny? Half the people go, we're going to go off the grid. We're getting a camper, sell all our stuff, go off the grid. The other half are off the grid because all they have left is that camper. And it's like they're the same boat. They're like, how you doing? Oh, good. My portfolio is doing well. And they go, what's a portfolio? I was asking about propane.
I remember when I was a kid my folks, our first house was in Santa Ana. And this was like when I was in second grade. And there was a family that lived down the street in the housing development we lived in that had a camper out in the driveway of their house. But they did not live in the house. They sold the house. This is in 1974, maybe. They sold the house at a reduced rate with the understanding with the new buyers that they could live in the camper in the driveway forever because the world was coming to an end.
Hello?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
We're just
that's I don't even know how you did. Was it in writing?
Well, I mean, I was like I said in second grade. I wasn't privy to the actual the language of the document, but it was a thing in the neighborhood. Everyone talked about it because this kooky family was living for for at least another year or two while we were there. They lived in the driveway. I mean, according to the contract, they could still be there.
Yeah, but I mean, that was the thing is at some point you go, this end of the world thing, do you got any exit strategy at all?
Yeah, at what point is like, God, I'd really like to stand up straight to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Now that trailer in that driveway, that's now worth $500,000 in Santa Ana, California.
Just the trailer, yes.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, though, is you start realizing they don't really believe the end of the world shit because all of a sudden you're going, couldn't help but notice you bought the big bottle of ketchup. Small bottle of ketchup if the world's coming to an end, but you got the super size.
If you really thought this was happening, all you'd have is ketchup packets.
That's it. You would not be
nothing else.
Stockpiling. Oh, I did my thing at Costco again. It's so funny. I give them ones because that's how I get my money. So I give them ones when I'm buying my stuff, and the lady, she bought right into it. She's like, it's really inconvenient to give us all these ones. I go, don't you sell 30 rolls of toilet paper? I believe bulk is what we're both doing right now.
It's really inconvenient the way you're trying to pay us with your preferred form of money.
Yeah, you'd rather use credit.
Well, you could have come in with pennies.
I could.
Don't think I won't.
Not even rolled, just a Ziploc gallon bag full of change.
A 5-gallon sparkless water bottle.
All right, I'm gonna go grab another beer.
I think
by the way, my beer is coming along swimmingly.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab a beer too. I'll be right back because I want to fill you guys in on my my next one.
Okay.
All right, let's talk beer.
Beer update.
I don't really have an update because I should have bottled on Monday night, but I haven't yet. I'm gonna do it tonight.
Okay, I'll give you a tip. The bottling, like getting it from the keg to your bottles, that's a little bit more time sensitive than leaving the bottles in a cold, neutral spot in the dark. So yeah, get them in the bottles and then wait at least 2 weeks, and you can even wait longer before you actually refrigerate.
Tonight's the night. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it's way less messy.
I'm gonna end up with like 6 pounds of grain to get rid of.
No, you want to, yeah, it'll be pretty mellow.
I've been collecting all kinds of bottles. I have old shampoo bottles. I have you name it. I mean, I wash them all out with their sanitizer stuff. It is a racket. I think it is a racket.
Well, the plastic is a good
the shampoo
idea.
was clean when I got it. Why
Yeah.
do I need to rinse this bottle out?
What's cleaner than the inside of a cleaner bottle?
Yeah.
Agreed.
So the next one I've got on tap is the IPA, the Diablo IPA. And that one is still brewing, and at the end of the week, I'll be bottling that, and then wait another 2 weeks, and then I'll be able to tap that. But I'll probably wait until after I get back from Canada, just because it'd be a nice surprise.
Right. Plus, you're gonna go study the Molson twins and find out how they do it.
Well, John, your process really hit home to me the other day when it took me all of about 30 minutes to completely start and finish the brewing process.
Yeah, I think I need to go for that malt extract that you're working with.
The hopped malt extract, the HME.
Because you're basically just mixing that with water and then throw some yeast in and you're good, right?
Well, it's the difference between making a scratch margarita or just making Kool-Aid. Mine is the Kool-Aid. I'm not having to do anything else except add the extract to water after it boils and then add that to the keg and then put that away. That's it.
Right. But I like that. That sounds easy, but I like the project. I like to make it from like just the grain because I don't know why. It just feels like I'm actually accomplishing something.
And
even though I have yet to bottle my beer and it's probably going to taste horrible because you cut a lot of corners when you take on a big project that you're not ready for. But
well, yeah. I mean, we did determine that some of your pitfalls were equipment.
Definitely equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, the screen door thing worked great, so I'm glad I didn't fall for that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I forgot the downtime that it takes so long. So I've already got shirts and hats and all this stuff. So I pray to God the beer's good, or I could get stuck.
I think you'll be surprised that there's a pretty it's very forgiving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that first batch that I had, the Mexican lager, that should have failed all over the place because I let it sit in the fridge, kind of in a suspended animation for almost 3 weeks, and it just stopped the process, but it came out fine. Still drinking it. It's delicious.
Sure.
No, I mean,
I was talking to a homebrewer friend that I have who's very serious and was asking me like very specific questions about like the like relative gravity and like he was asking me like, so do you like take notes and like asking me how I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I boiled this shit out of a bunch of grain and I got all the liquid into a bottle.
Steeped it like a tea bag.
Basically.
Like loose tea.
Yeah. Very loose tea. And then I threw a bunch of yeast in it and then hopefully it gets me drunk.
And then and then you just sit back and wait.
The only note that I would take is, did it get me drunk? Yes or no? I have a headache. I'll call that a win.
Yeah.
I have an infrared camera on mine out in the garage, and it's been doing really well because it's just I can watch it 24/7. We should make that. You can watch somebody make beer. 2-week webcam. All the highlights.
No one would want to watch me making beer because it's really boring. It's like making a tuna fish sandwich. You just open.
No, I was talking about naked chicks making beer, dude.
Oh, naked. Okay, got it.
I don't know if you know how the internet works, but yeah. I clicked on like on that whole thing, guns and porn or whatever it is. So they pop up with girls holding guns, and some of the guns are really nice, and some of the girls are really average looking.
So you're talking about that thing where they suck you in because girls are going to be firing guns and they're wearing bikinis
it's just it's a Facebook page. I'm friends with them now, and same with the latex girls. Oh, they're latex, and wow, the latex is amazing, but the girls not so much.
Not so much.
So a couple weeks ago, I went on my no Facebook or anything until 7 p.m.
Yep.
It's going so well that I now only check Facebook like once every 3 or 4 days. And I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you've probably lost a lot of your friends.
You know what? All I have is my girlfriend and my dog now. Those are the only two living creatures that I communicate with, and it's going well. You guys are exceptions. I talk to you guys too.
Yeah. No, it's a good circle right there. That's like if you're Amish.
Yeah. So I'm missing. There's a whole network of people that I thought that I had to like read their updates every day. It turns out, no, my life is okay without them.
Life goes on.
Yeah.
See, I agree with that. That's so funny. Like, oh man, thanks for being there during that breakup. And I go, I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, I did actually. I had to go on Facebook for work today, and on the top, news feed item was like a guy that I don't really know talking about breaking with his girlfriend and saying, "Hey, I really appreciate all of my Facebook friends for being with me in this time of need." And I don't know. What do you do? Do you like that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had a girlfriend.
You're like their Passover friend. You can only do it after dark.
I just feel like some things, like, none of your Facebook friends care if you broke up with your girlfriend.
Well, I think some
beyond
do.
The fact of like wanting to like go and find out who your girlfriend was and find out if she was attractive.
No, it'd be fun to see how many of your friends then join her friends. Oh, I realized after you guys broke up, I'm only friends with you. I'm not friends with her. Let me just fix
If
that.
you need anybody to talk to, let me know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's an interesting thing now is that when you break up, or back in the day when I remember breaking up, there was a thing where you wanted to know but you didn't want to know what was going on. Do you know what I mean? There was a way of kind of feathering in a question without it sounding like a question to someone who knew both you and the ex.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And now all you do is go online. They parade it, right?
Sure.
Remember that? You'd know, like, oh, I happen to be at the same bar she has Dart League at. That's weird. That's weird. Was it Thursday? Are you kidding me?
Oh,
That's
shit.
weird.
Well, we're here,
And then you're busy, parking downtown, right where she works, and then you get to that weird part where you're leaving a tape recorder on in her car just to find out if she's talking to anyone.
Well, hey John, if you haven't
so much easier.
If you haven't been online that much, then you probably haven't seen howold.net, where there's a website. It's how-old.net, which will you submit a photograph, and then it guesses the age of the person in the photograph.
Oh.
And it's by Microsoft, and it's the dumbest way to get your face put into a huge file I've ever heard in my life.
Well, whether you guys want
Citizen Cope,
whether you want it in there or not, both of you are in there.
you didn't really put ours in there, did you?
No, of course not.
Yeah, because you can't put other people in there. You can only put your own.
No, you can put whatever picture you want in there. You can
Okay, this is the part where you lie to me.
You can put Lennon in there.
John?
So if just my picture and my social security number, they can guess how old I am?
Well, they need both those pieces of information.
Yeah, they have to have it because otherwise they can't look it up.
Also, you have to give them permission to look up every file on your computer?
Well, of course, John. How are they supposed to cross-reference an age?
They look at the music you listen to. They take all the subtleties of your internet and they use it to tell you you're 51.
Have you tried uploading a picture of an inanimate object?
No, but if you go on, the reason I'm saying it is because on Facebook or Twitter, there's a whole hashtag #HowOldRobot that you'll see plenty of those where they're sending up icons from Minecraft participants. I mean, and the machine is aging it. It's a pixelated face that doesn't look like a face, and it gives a number.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing, like it says, it's all data collection. I don't understand why
I'm on the page. Becker, don't worry. It says right on the page, P.S., we don't keep the photo.
Did you say they can use your photo in advertising, though?
They don't keep the photo. They just sell it off to somebody really quickly, then they delete it.
We don't keep it. We pass it on.
It goes right to some internet thing.
I feel like it should say, P.S., we don't keep the photo, and then have a little winky face emoticon.
We don't even know where they go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. How old do I look? I'm guessing I look about like 53.
No.
I haven't been sleeping very much.
Use an old photo.
I used an old photo, and it guessed that my age was 8 more years older than I am right now.
Wow.
And that was a good photo.
So wait, does it guess like what age you were when the photo was taken, or what age you are now?
Well, how could it know how old you are now if it obviously uses the data in front of them, and of course your complete history on Internet Explorer.
I submitted one that was a birthday party with the candles and stuff, so I think they got that.
That was easy math.
And they're like, "Oh, he's 32."
It's gonna tell me you are 30 years old and addicted to pornography.
Wow, this thing's pretty accurate.
This is good.
Should have sent a picture with the shirt on.
I linked it to my chat roulette account. I just wanted to talk to somebody.
Chat roulette.
So, hey, John, I noticed on the Coots.com website coming up, you've got the Not So Dearly Departed comedy show that you're hosting.
Yeah. Also, I guess I found out that was the name. I thought the name was Comedy is Dead.
Yeah, that seems to ring better.
We all thought that was a better name, but then somehow it's not the name of it anymore. But yes, I am hosting a show where a bunch of comedians are going to read their own eulogy on stage. So Does that sound fun? I promise it'll be more fun than it sounds.
Sounds good.
No, I think it sounds
it's
great.
Good at any reason to have a comedy show.
Sure
beats vagina monologues.
I think it'll be good. I have high hopes. I'm looking for maybe a priest caller. I need a priest caller.
Oh, easy.
That's pretty easy.
That's especially
White
right
duct tape.
Yeah, you could do that. Or you could, they sell just the collars over at the Party World?
Yeah, Party World and at the Holy Rosary.
Yeah, you could just apply.
I enrolled in a seminary school, so I'm going the long way.
You're a bit of a method comedian.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I think
Methodist.
I think you got time. You could change that, the name of that.
Yeah,
I think it could confuse people.
I mean, you guys already know about it. If we change the name,
All right.
it might confuse you guys. I think you guys are the only ones who know about it so far. But
You're hosting it. I thought you'd have more control over what was going
it's actually Matt Burgoon's show.
on. Oh, okay.
He's the one putting it together.
Oh, no wonder it's scattered.
It's not, we got a first timer putting together a show. It'll be all right.
That's awesome.
Lots of great Matt Collins, Tucker Campbell, Cass, all of our favorites. And some of them are probably going to die within the next year or two anyway, so this is good timing.
This is good. You guys should record it, and then it'll be easier to do the eulogy.
They'd save money at their funerals. We got it. Don't worry. Don't worry about getting a suit. We already have them reading their own eulogy.
No, I mean, I think that's a great idea, though. It should be the wave of the future. Self-driving cars and write your own eulogy. I really thought this thing would do corners better.
I've just been working a lot the last, 2 weeks since we talked. Nothing of note has happened.
Really? Nothing like a mayor's runoff race on Cinco de Mayo?
We can talk about that, but I have a more important thing I'd like to talk about. My dog got a UTI, and I didn't know that was even a thing dogs could do.
Oh, wow. So so now he can't get pregnant?
She was peeing little drops of blood that we found out. She peed on some sidewalk and took her in. I asked the vet how much cranberry juice to give her. They told me none, so I was a complete loss.
Yeah. Now what?
Now they just.
So what? She's gonna die?
She's gonna die now. I've been sneaking her some cranberry juice.
So what? I mean, I don't even know how this happens.
I don't know either.
I mean, dogs eat dirt. They eat. If a cat throws up, the dog will eat it. A dog will eat cat shit.
Yeah.
It's like these dogs should be like laying dead all over the place, and then they get a UTI. That should be nothing to a dog.
Right. But she does drag her ass across the carpet a lot, so maybe I need to vacuum more. Maybe this is on me.
I think that's the you need to express the anal glands. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Is that a thing?
Veterinarian Becker.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, we do all of our own medical here, and if you have a Dremel tool, well, don't use that. That's
what do I put a Q-tip
okay
on the end of a Dremel tool?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be quicker, but it is true though. You just really want it. Becky does it with Cyril. She does. I don't know what they do. I leave and I leave a towel and I go just get it over with. But yeah, but it is weird. Yeah. So did they give him drugs or anything for it?
Yeah, she was on some amoxicillin, which it says for animal use only, but I'm pretty sure it's the same stuff they give humans.
That's what I take because I'm
allergic to penicillin. It's way cheaper.
Do you give your dogs medicine the way we do? Like we leave it out on the floor and say, "Don't stay away from that," and then they just run up and eat it.
Drop it and feign like you're gonna pick it up, and the dog runs over and snatches it.
When I was growing up, it was like you could always look right at the dogs, and they knew whenever they got a ball of cheese, they went, "Oh shit, I'm sick." Like it was the giveaway.
They equate a quesadilla with I'm going to the farm.
Yeah, I'm gonna die. Yeah.
Well, she's pretty lucky. My dog is she's on medication because she has a very large heart, not in a good way.
Well, come on, John. That the same could be said for you.
It's true. It's true. So she's used to the medication.
So like every day she's taking pills?
Yeah, it is like I'm basically a hospice worker.
Your dog has better health care than we do.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely better health care than me because I pay for everything.
That's crazy.
Well, if God forbid, if something happens and you got leftover amoxicillin, don't forget your buddy down here in Bisbee, Arizona.
Oh, no problem. I will send that to you. We're going to clear out that infection, Greg. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Can't you go to Mexico? Oh, I guess that's where you got the infection.
One-stop shopping.
Yeah, it was surprisingly easy to get medication in Mexico the last time we went down. We went down and got the fuck did we get? Xanax for a friend of ours they were staying here, and we all, the four of us, Tracy and I and our friends, went down, and they were going to get Xanax, but everyone was like, "Oh, I'm not doing it." I was like, "Well, I don't want the Xanax, so why do I have to do this?" "Well, you know Spanish." It's like, I know Spanish enough to sound like I know what I'm talking about to a Taco Bell employee. You know what I mean? But why? So then I had to, right? And I walked in and walked out. It was like no big deal. And then even getting across the border, as long as you got under a certain amount, and I was surprised how easy it was. It's not always that easy. I know that, and I've tried to impress that upon them.
So what if you need a medication that's not like, as well known as Xanax? You just go to the doctor and you ask, like, can you give me a specific list of the medications I need?
Whoa. Doctor?
How do I say that in Spanish?
What do you mean, doctor? You go.
I mean,
this is the thing about Mexico. You go down there and you go to the pharmacy. If you know what you need, or you can explain it in broken English. By the way, they speak pretty good English too. The person at the pharmacy, because they know. The thing that I felt was probably the best, our best choice was to not stop at the first pharmacy as we leave the border into Mexico. You know what I mean? It seems like the first pharmacy is like AAA auto transmissions in the yellow pages.
That's where they jack up the prices.
Well, or it's the first place. So it's like you're nervous, you get in there and you fucking leave, right? Well, we went down all the way to the end of the strip and then came back and kind of backtracked a little bit. But there's no fucking around with a doctor if you know what you want.
So you can just walk in and say, "I'm peeing blood. What do you recommend?"
Well, at that point, I would probably say go to the doctor. You should go to a doctor with something like that. But if you want something that you know what it is, then you just go in and you ask them, and they sell it to you.
I don't know. I like to treat them like bartenders and just ask, "What do you like? What are you gonna make me?"
I don't know. Let's see.
I would just ask him, "Go. Do you have anything left over?"
What do you do with the expired medication? You throw them in the dumpster right there?
Yeah, all the pills on the floor. Can you just sweep those into a pile and then put them in a bag?
Yeah, I'd like 2 of the red ones, and like buying Rippies. You're like, 2 out of that bin, a little bit over there.
What's hitting today?
They have the mystery prescription that's only $3. It's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Half of that is Pez.
Returns. I wonder how many people today are eating third baked beans or refried beans.
What'd you guys do for Cinco de Mayo? Did you celebrate Mexican independence?
Well, Becker, I got the short answer. No, I went and watched montage of Heck with
Cobain?
Mr. Stanhope, and that was it. There was not even a margarita involved.
Really? Not one shot of tequila? Nothing?
Nothing. I think I had, I'm sure I had a couple Negronis and probably like a whiskey sour.
Yeah, but I don't understand how people have let this holiday. I guess once you make 13 million legal, all of a sudden it's not a big deal.
Then you realize they're not celebrating, so why should we?
I don't.
But for some reason, St. Patrick's Day is the bigger like drinking holiday. But that doesn't make sense to me because usually Cinco de Mayo it's much warmer and nicer out.
Agreed, but having been in the bar business like Becker for over 20 years, I don't fucking care about any of those holidays.
Yeah, I mean, I get it to a point, but like I'll tell you what, this year with the election on Cinco de Mayo, it kind of put a weird tweak in it. It did. We were running around town, and I thought seats would be harder to get at the Mexican restaurants usually.
So you didn't have to work.
No, I had the day off.
So that's the celebration. Is that there's a time when other people will be out drinking and you don't have to work. That's a reason to go out. I would have fucking gone out on that.
No, and that was so. I mean, I had the whole thing too. I was wearing sombreros that hit people, and I mean, it was obnoxious. It was good. And then we ended up at the Bush Company, so that worked out good.
It always ends up good if the night ends like that. No incidents.
No, it was very uneventful. And then came home and continued to drink for the wee hours of the morning with some friends and have a hangover that is just unbelievable today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was still kind of going through the flashbacks and the hangover from LA on Monday. Just that kind of oh fuck, did I do that? Fuck. I hope no one finds that.
Oh yeah, we saw you pooped your pants. That was a little too
Yeah.
much information.
Well-
Becky and I both were.
Well, how'd that happen, Greg? Was it like just not listening to your body?
No, it's my body telling me
Mhm.
you've done it. You've gone way too far over, and you probably should not have been allowed to get on that plane.
Suitcase nachos.
Oh my God!
What the hell did it?
Yeah, no,
Just-
it was crushed up Adderalls and Negronis all night long with Erickson.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a night of a lot of bad decisions,
nice.
but it was fun. We had a great time.
That's all
great.
that matters,
Yeah.
you know? Most people shit their pants and don't have a good time.
Yeah, that's yeah, that was
Oh, and I listened to an episode of Soccer Marmalade,
excellent.
and I've been listening to a couple of them. And you have to really be into soccer, but it actually is informative.
Well, you
Thumbs up, chaps.
Yeah, you're actually at an advantage because you do know the two personalities involved.
Mhm.
But
I've downloaded multiple episodes, but I've yet to listen.
that's like well, John, I don't know. Is podcasting part of the social media thing? Like listening to
it?
podcast? No, is it in your rules?
No.
Your strict rules of internet engagement.
No, I'm all about the podcast.
All right, you're a
I mean,
collector. You're not a listener.
Yeah, I mean, I have them there in case I'm ever like, you know, on a layover somewhere or I need to get pumped up for the World Cup. I'm gonna have the whole
You're way ahead of the game.
yeah.
Podcast hoarder, John Norris.
Well, we went when I was in town and clearly drunk at about 4:00. Brett Erickson and I decided, hey, let's go down and get a mixer for you guys to record on. A mixer rather than just recording straight into the digital recorder, and it would be easier because sending the file to me would be easier to edit for me. It would sound better too, right? So he's all, no. Listen, I'm totally I'll sponsor this thing, but let's go do it now because then we can record later on tonight, and then I can show you everything we need to do. Erickson knows what to do. He used to work in radio. We go there. It's like 6 blocks away. We go to Guitar Center in Sam Ash. We go there,
Yep.
get what we need. We come back, and there's something missing. So we make another Negroni, head out, go back, come back again,
That's
and now
24 blocks.
one of the cables is incorrect. So I have to go back again. So we make another Negroni, head back, and by now we've got relationships with some of the people at the door. You know, the people.
All along the road.
Oh
you
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I couldn't go any further than that. I think I checked my my pedometer on my phone. I did 12,000 steps that day, and that
Wow.
was clearly just that.
You might have a drinking problem.
I think it's not a drinking problem; it's a Negroni problem.
You kept forgetting things just to come back to celebrate.
That's the thing. Too many people think they have a drinking problem. Really, they just have a problem with one type of drink.
They're so delicious.
Have you been drinking, sir? No, just a couple Negronis. All right. Well, you're
I'd like
free to
mint
go.
alcohol. I don't know. So Soccer Marmalade is going well?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how to determine that. Mr. Brian Hennigan's coming out to Bisbee this week, and we'll talk about some of those things and talk about a couple other things that might affect Near the Wild as well, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And then
It's like we're building our own, you know, connected universe. It's like the Marvel universe, but with podcasts.
yeah, and then that's probably what we're going to talk about, John.
Mhm.
Sweet.
You know what I did notice was we just before I left for LA last week, we surpassed 1,000 orders with Doug Stanhope's website for with his online store, and with the Killer Termite shirts, and now we've got
Yeah.
Depth of a Salesman and all that stuff. And number 1,000, when I saw it, I go, I should throw some extra stuff in there. So I got a signed CD and a couple extra stickers, and then I looked at the name, Tim Madonna.
Oh, you're kidding.
Ah,
That's
my boy.
hysterical.
Near the Wild fanatic, Tim Madonna was the 1,000th purchaser on DougStanhope.com.
See that? Good things happen to good people.
Yeah.
we're doing it for you, Tim Madonna. Find him on Twitter too. He's a good person to follow on Twitter at Tim Madonna.
So I did notice that the Nenana Ice Classic wrapped up.
That was brutal.
We've been talking about that for some time, and we haven't had a podcast since the tripod dropped.
It did drop, but it did a hanging. Well, they call it the hanging Chad, and it went 100 yards down, but it didn't trip, so it was actually on a piece of ice, and then the ice jam got something. Anyway, it didn't fall, and it waited another 12 hours. I would have been in the running at 10 o'clock at night. Instead, it doesn't fall for another whatever, 7, 8. I went out at 3:30 the next day.
No, I got it right here. I did look it up. It was April 24th at 2:25 p.m.
2:25, yeah.
Alaska Standard Time.
Right.
And you're saying that on the 23rd, it actually the ice flow moved down. It just didn't. The tripod didn't fall enough to stop the clock.
If the wind had blown, it could have went down at 10:16 out of 1.
Oh,
And
wow.
I had the next day covered too. 4 on the next day, but nothing on that day. So hell with it.
$330,000.
But
the
I have yet
sucks.
to hear
The
them announce
website-
a winner.
They haven't. They still haven't announced because they're still counting the guesses. And it's like, wait a minute, don't you have people doing that like during?
I don't think they fucking excel that shit.
I think they need to come up with a new way to do it. Like I said, you hand write them in, and then they go and determine what you wrote. And I just see a lot of room for error.
Yeah, it seems like they could have a Scantron bubble.
I will count them next year as long as I can be in it.
Yeah.
Also, they do the classic Alaskan way where you have to be drunk as shit when you write in your date and time. My date was April 22nd.
April.
April.
You're a winner. Yeah.
Yay!
It's a 1, 3, and a 6.
So last year, a number of people won, right? They split it between.
Yeah, it's uncanny how many people hit the minute.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Are they cheating? I think they're cheating.
No, they study it. They study it like they would like something worth $300,000.
Or they just spread it out, right? You just throw out a bunch of guesses.
You do, but if you start looking at, because you have 100 different times it's done it, you look at the times in which, based on ice thickness, and there's a lot going on.
What is it? Is it $5 a guess?
$250 now. $250. So yeah, it's very expensive to corner the market on this game.
You know, I was reading one of the history, one of the in the FAQ online. They were talking about back in the day when it was still, $50,000 was the win or something like that. There was a guy in 1927 who won, and they interviewed him, what are you going to do with the winnings? And it was, it was under $50,000. He goes, I'm going down to the States and I'm going to build a house for my folks. And he had $47,000, which was about $300,000 back in those dollars, right? Back in that day. And never made it, drunk himself to death, and died destitute in the 40s.
Well, that's actually a really good story. I mean, it shows that.
That's what you get for trying to do something nice for your parents.
Well, no, he got the credit for that the first week, and then somebody goes, "That's a really nice thing. I'm going to buy you a drink." This is a cool guy. He's going to go build his parents out. That's weird. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. I bought him a fucking drink.
Well, I really should get down to the lumber yard, but if you're buying.
Oh, boy, the weather looks bad today. I think I'll just stay here for one more day, and then I'm going down to build that house.
There's another paddle boat tomorrow. Hang out.
Paddle boats.
Meet my buddy Soapy over here.
Hey, look at that. I just bought a baby zebra. Uh-oh, gonna get that. Guess it's gonna be a smaller house than we thought. Bone broth. Have you heard of bone broth?
Oh, I know all about bone broth.
Yeah, it's a new wave of the future. Yeah, no, I've been taking that, and that's amazing. I'm thinking about doing beer with bone broth.
What's bone broth?
It's broth from bone.
Like soup.
Yeah, like chicken broth, but without the chicken.
Isn't that just stock? What's the difference between broth and chicken stock?
Well, when you make a chicken soup, a great way to do it, and they do this with turkey as well after Thanksgiving, is they take the carcass and the bones and all the meat that's on there, and they submerge that and boil that down, and then pull everything out, and then you can even strain it with your window screens or John's sieve. But you would strain that out, and then what's left is not only the liquid, but then you've got small little particles of the meat that are also in that. It makes a very hearty broth. But what's bone broth, Becker?
Bone broth is exactly the same idea, but it's like when you take the large like beef bones and you boil it down, and it actually releases all the good nutrients out of the bone, all the matter, and it's good for everything. It's good for immune system. It's good for inflammatory. It's good for perjury. It covers everything.
Perjury?
I think, yeah.
It covers lying on the stand?
I think, yeah. I mean, that's the way I got it, was they claimed it cured everything, so I assume they're lying.
Well, one good part of that would be the marrow, which is good.
Right.
It's great for your hair. Keeps your hair shiny.
John, you're an expert on that recently, right?
Yeah, but I'm all about that bone marrow.
Well, I thought it was weird. They did the one thing that would have been to give me if you're going to throw in lies saying it helps arthritis. It helps. I mean, throw in impotency.
Everything, right?
Bone broth. God damn it.
Listen, I'm not going to vaccinate my kids, but I will give them a lot of bone broth.
My dog's peeing blood. I think I should get some bone broth.
Yeah, you never tried that, John.
I didn't try to flush out her UTI with bone broth.
A small little turkey baster.
Little turkey baster. He'll shoot a little load up there. It's good for everything. It's apparently something you should drink in the morning, according to Huffington Post.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost it's replacing the smoothie is what it's doing. So good luck, corner market smoothie stands.
Becker,
Good luck.
This doesn't
Good luck,
sound like
Alex.
you.
Why?
This
You can freeze them too. What's cool is you can freeze them in ice cube trays and then you drop them in your coffee.
You drop the bone broth in the coffee?
Yeah, you just add them, make a nice bone broth coffee.
But I mean, there's some flavor involved in this, isn't there?
Yeah, it's just salty, really. I mean, it's salty like you ever chew on a bone?
Well, I mean, I've eaten a chicken leg, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, but I mean, like say a T-bone. You ever do that?
Well,
Where
I've had, yeah,
and you just keep gnawing on it.
Yeah.
That's what this is. But it's the juicy part of it.
How long have you been brothing?
I've only been doing it like 8 days, but I've given up all solid food.
You're just brothing now, 24/7.
Beer and broth. Yeah, I don't know how you guys are doing it. My body rejects anything solid now.
Well, that was the case before, wasn't it? I mean, you've just added brothing to your drinking.
Yeah, well, I remember I can't have sugar. I can't have
That's
flour.
true.
Right? Yeah, so the list got so long that I just went, just pick one thing and just do it. So I'm just bone broth guy now. Oh, excuse me. Is that my bone broth or was that yours? Oh, I guess you don't know what bone broth is, so that must be mine. I bring it in restaurants and eat it there and ask for utensils.
I've never made a meal out of just bone broth, but have you guys heard of Bulletproof Coffee?
No.
Bulletproof Coffee?
Yeah, I forgot who's the guy behind it, but it's basically just putting
Oswald?
like 2 tablespoons of butter in your coffee in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of something like this because I believe, doesn't your wife Becky put coconut oil in her coffee?
Coconut oil, yes, she does. And also peanut butter on occasion.
Whoa. Peanut butter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you get one of those little IKEA spinners and you just, it'll.
Like a little frother, like they use. Yeah.
And then once that peanut butter melts, you just, and then it foams up and then you have a what is it?
Like a frappe.
Yeah, but a peanut frappe.
Peanut butter coffee frappe.
It's amazing.
So, John, I have heard of the bullet.
I just looked it up, and I swear when I first heard about it, it was just putting butter in your coffee. But now the dude somebody bought bulletproof.com, and now it's not just
that bag of dicks.
Butter, but now you have to buy something called Brain Octane.
Oh, now it's a thing connected to some marketing.
Yeah, now they're trying to sell some other shit, but I think you could still just do it with the coffee and the butter.
Well, if you like coconut oil, if you like the essence of coconut
creaminess,
yes, and it coats your lips, so there's that. It does taste delicious, I think. The coffee with a little bit of coconut oil in there. I mean, I'm talking like less than a teaspoon or a teaspoon.
It's cheaper than.
I'm skeptical of the coconut oil thing because there's just too many things that people say you can use it for. You're supposed to like put it on your skin and in your hair, and then you drink it.
Yes.
Oh, lubricant too. Yeah.
The same with water. That's the same thing we do with water, right?
Nah, I don't trust water either.
Cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice all the time.
Well, I will try the butter. How much butter does it say to put in there?
Oh, weed butter. Do weed butter.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's how you start your day. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter or ghee.
Oh my God, that's too much. A ghee is a clarified butter.
Yeah, maybe go ghee.
Yeah.
Or you go to the movie theater and have them put a couple shots of popcorn butter in there.
That's more akin to coconut oil because that's a palm kernel.
Doesn't this all have a castor oil feel to it, where you're going? Well, I hope you don't have anything to do in 20 minutes.
You know what? I drink about half a cup of just crude oil every day, and it's really
it's so cheap.
It's gotten so cheap, yeah.
Up. Oh yeah, $50 a barrel. That's gonna last me a whole year.
Well, I'm gonna try the I don't know why they call it bulletproof, but I'll try the butter tomorrow. I don't know, man. I'm not holding out too much hope for that one. I'm more intrigued with the peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter is kind of interesting. You got to really though. You got to froth it because if you don't, it'll just it'll break up and not be as particle.
Well, yeah, you got to break it down and then
Right.
yeah.
Just do it the same way you do bone broth. The same way.
Well, of course we all have our own favorite recipes for bone broth. Hey, how different is bone broth than the Vietnamese pho?
Oh
Isn't
yeah, see that's
broth?
the thing is. It's nothing to sneeze at, John.
Are you blaming that on your dog too?
Jesus, I just almost had a heart attack from that sneeze. I'm
Wow.
okay. I sneeze. I hate sneezing so much. Like my body gets tense. Like I'm in a car accident. Then I'm like sore for days after I sneeze.
What? Because you try to stifle it?
Yeah, but I can't. Like I don't know. I can't relax and let it happen. I have to like tense up my entire body. Like if I just keep everything tight, it won't happen. But then it happens, and then I give myself whiplash.
Oh wow.
Do you ever push on the underside of your nose, like at that divider between the nose holes?
No.
You give kind of a not just kind of a pressured push up,
Mhm.
and that can sometimes stifle a sneeze.
Oh, stifle it. Or you could actually feel that crack when it cracks. You go,
Or you
and you're like,
or you do it wrong and block the nose holes, and then all of a sudden it goes out your ear. So you
oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
remember the old saying, if you cover your
Yes.
mouth, you can actually blow your eyeballs out. No,
You
it's
gotta
true.
keep your eyes. You gotta keep your eyes open.
They said that the average sneeze goes faster than the average professional pitch at a ball game.
Maybe at like a Blue Jays game. Are the Blue Jays still around?
Yeah, I mean they got to be right there.
They gotta be.
Well, we didn't talk about it, but you guys have a new mayor,
We do have a new mayor.
Do have a new mayor.
and if there's nothing funny in this, I will cut this out.
Oh no, there's something very funny. Days before the election.
Well, it was a runoff. Let's give the background. We talked about it a couple of episodes ago.
For those who don't know what a runoff is, that's the percentage of money we get from the oil companies right now.
Demboski, who was the gal who was packing heat, trying to find out who was defacing her.
She was trying to save
campaign
face.
posters. Yeah, trying to save her face. Someone was cutting out big portions of her posters, and she was waiting at a bowling alley, and the guy who was doing it showed up, and she had a gun on her.
She was staked out at the bowling alley.
And legally had a gun on her. So anyway, it came down to her and Ethan Berkowitz, and it was a runoff on Cinco de Mayo.
So it was Ethan Berkowitz against
Nancy.
Amy Demboski, who lives out in Chugiak and Eagle River, and has said before that people that live in Eagle River and Chugiak don't want to be part of Anchorage.
But she wanted to be our mayor.
She wanted to be the mayor.
So how did that work out?
So Ethan Berkowitz won the original election, but not by enough. So he had to run off against Amy Demboski, and they had that election yesterday, Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Mayor, if you read the signs. And Ethan Berkowitz won in a complete landslide.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to walk around middle school again.
Was it a Wait, today's Wednesday. It was 2 days ago. Was it?
Well,
Wait,
it was yesterday.
was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking Monday was Cinco de Mayo. You're right. So it was 59% for Berkowitz, with like 98% of the precincts report.
But it was a large turnout. There was a large turnout. We actually had a record, I think, for a runoff election.
Well, I did look at what the turnout was.
But did you see why the turnout was so large? The days before the campaign, they had a controversy whether Ethan Berkowitz agreed with men should be able to marry their boys.
Their
Their
sons.
children.
Like incest, same-sex
Yeah.
incest.
Right. And they ran with it. And then one of the church guys in town who doesn't pay taxes on multiple rental units he has.
Was it Prevo?
Oh, that'd be the guy. Yeah, that's
That's the
him.
guy.
He came out and said, I heard he wants men and little boys to have sex together and get married because that's what I heard. And he said it from the pulpit. You know what? If church wants to be goddamn involved in our elections this strongly, then I say you can pay taxes like every other business that donates to these campaigns. This idea you're a Fabergé egg until you come out and make some lie from the pulpit. And then he said, well, that's what I heard. Maybe I should have checked my facts a little better. Really? Why don't you check your facts on when Jesus came back? He never did.
So Amy Demboski, I believe, started that.
No,
And Prevo,
she didn't start it. It's happened on KFQD in an interview
yeah, so
back in October.
Bernadette, his old co-host, came out and said, like, yeah, he said that. But I haven't seen any video, like any like audio. They haven't posted it anywhere.
They posted it on KFQD's site, but it won't play. I've got a Mac that I'm running through, so it won't play on there. So I'll put a link up if I can get it to play on my PC. I'll put a link on this, but they actually brought it down to the 4 minutes that this is talking about. They have the whole interview and then they have the 4 minutes. And I thought it was interesting because Bernadette Wilson, the host of the show, is actually the gal that we used to go in and do. We used to bring the comics in to do afternoon TV.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember her?
Yeah.
Don? I know Becker remembers her because we would go into the birdhouse afterwards.
Uh-huh.
But I was really surprised that she had anything to do with this, and then I realized she's pretty Republican, pretty right wing.
Oh yeah. Anytime you're a short blonde chick, you should really be a strong. She's probably guaranteed herself half pay now.
Well, it was quite a brouhaha, and it seems that it didn't have any effect on Berkowitz.
No, but
with 29% of the people actually voting, which was a good number.
So I'm reading it now, and it does like say that he did say like, two consenting adults should be able to get married, but then he goes on to say if you're what's sick to you is if you're thinking about sex, and that's not what marriage is about.
Yeah.
So of course Prevost was talking about dads having sex with their sons.
Well, as adults, we know that only a total insane person would say something like that on the radio, or in a forum to where they can be quoted. So why this got so much traction, I've got no idea.
Yeah, it was a desperate last-minute plea.
It looks good in a headline.
I mean, and once again, there was a runoff for the Anchorage mayor from a gal who said that the area she lives in wants nothing to do with Anchorage. She was
and that's
second.
A quote. That's a quote from her.
Exactly. She's second.
And
she made it that far.
An insane person would say that and then run for mayor of the city she said she didn't want to be a part of.
It turns out that her packing heat in vigilante style for someone defacing political posters was the least of her egregious acts.
Did you see the thing about the fire truck?
Yeah, that was horrible.
Over on Northern Lights in Ulster, where they all all their supporters of picket signs and stuff gather.
Yeah.
They had a big fire truck with a bunch of Amy Demboski signs on it, and somebody, I believe it was on Reddit, somebody went up to the truck and noticed the badges on it all said Alaska Fire for Hire.
Mm-hmm.
It was not like a city fire truck. It was one that you could rent. And they put her signs on it to make it look like
the AFD was completely backing her.
Yeah, and then when they noticed somebody taking pictures of it, they took all the signs off of it and got rid of it.
That's awesome. That's a good move.
And of course, the fire department immediately made a comment. They said, we aren't allowed to endorse a candidate. The unions can do it, but we certainly, as a fire department in the city, we can't. And they go, we find it very misleading that you would do this on election day, you hack. And get this. Well, there's another side to it. Her husband actually works for the fire department.
Mm-hmm.
He's a battalion chief. So if we're going to lay anybody off due to these huge budget cuts, Mr. Ethan Berkowitz, I think we should start with a battalion chief with the last name Dombowski.
So, but yeah, now the election's over. Fathers can feel free to marry their sons, and everything is right again.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I voted yesterday and got to walk around a middle school for a while, so that was a highlight.
I had a blast voting because I go to that church, remember? And I ran in there and I gave her my ID and she goes, because it's the old ladies. That's what I said. I'm always so amazed at the people they have in charge of our voting. They're this front line. And she looks at my ID and then she goes, oh, here you are. And she goes, are you at 2018 blah, blah, blah street? And I go, no. And she goes, well, where are you? I go, I'm standing here waiting to vote. It's hysterical. I mean, it's just me in the room with these people. So I'm killing. And
it reminds you when you started out.
She goes,
you get 2 stickers today.
She goes, you're a card. And I go, I know. And so I get my ID back and I stick it in. And I go, I am so exhausted. It's the 3rd time I voted today. And I get the ballot then. And the guy's like, handing me, I go, 3rd time? And I go, oh, yeah. Oh, wow. And so I run in the booth. It's just me there. So I run into the little, the old style booth. I run in, grab the marker, hit Ethan Berkowitz. It's a 1-dot election. Yeah. So I just go, bam. I run back out. I shove it in the machine and whoop, I go, time. And they're dying. These people had the blast.
Becker, how come you don't volunteer next election?
I've thought about it because I actually do have Tuesdays off too. So I might do it in the next election.
Yeah.
But I bet there's a pecking order.
Oh no, no! Listen, I've done volunteer work plenty of times enough to know that yeah, the first time you're there, you're doing the shit jobs. You're swabbing out the inside of the coffee machine behind the scenes. You're never even you're not allowed in the voting room. That's what
you know how many years it takes to work your way up to the person who has to explain how to put the ballot in the voting machine? That's at least 20 years on the job.
Well, she had a bathing suit body when she first volunteered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm thinking about maybe freelancing.
Oh, opening your own voting booth.
Just information booth right before the stairs where you go up to go in. I'll just be like, hey, how you doing? Good. Oh, you got your ID? Okay, cool. All right, go up there and hand them your ID, and they'll do this one more time. I'll just get a bunch of old printouts.
The doctor is in.
I don't have you on my list. I'll just use the phone book. How funny is that? I'll just go, let's take a look.
Let's look them up.
I don't see you in here. Huh. That is weird.
All right, anyone got anything else? Let's just use the phone book.
That's really funny.
Oh, hey, Jamie Kennedy at Coots, May 8th.
Yeah, that's this weekend, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's in 3 days.
Yeah, who's opening? Anyone we know?
Mike LaJoy.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a KFAB.
It's a Mike LaJoy KFAB production, so I think it's all radio people. But maybe I suggested Matt Collins when I was talking to Mike LaJoy the other day, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, Mike LaJoy should host and let one of the fucking comics that is out there slugging it every week doing open mics do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean that's the way. If you want to put it on a professional show, that's how you do it.
That's what you would do. Oh, I know. We'll have a contest, and then when we don't like who wins, we'll stick someone else in there.
Perfect.
That's great.
It's worked in the past.
We didn't talk about the boxing match. You guys watched the boxing match this weekend?
Do we have to talk? I mean, is there something to talk about?
I was wondering if you guys watched it because
we watched.
I'm pretty sure it's the last boxing match I'm ever going to watch.
It's like me with parades and fireworks. I've seen them all. I've seen the best. I've seen the worst. I don't need to see any more.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I guess
I still like fireworks.
Reason, I don't like boxing that much, but I'd always had a thing where UFC, people talk about UFC, and in the back of my mind, I'd be like, boxing's better because it's the sweet science or whatever. And then I went over to a friend's house and watched that match, and I was like, it's just two really rich guys not punching or getting punched for a half an hour.
How do you guarantee a guy $180 million?
Look, it goes, Becker, I totally agree with what you're saying. Why is it not winner take all?
Right.
Yeah.
Or what? I do this. Winner takes the majority, and expenses are covered for the loser. You think fucking Merriweather would have been fucking just dancing around the ring, or Pacquiao would not have fucking blown out his fucking already injured shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a fucking bloodbath. Those guys walked away. I've seen people in 10-mile-an-hour fender benders with more injuries. That no one even drew blood.
No.
Yeah. There was hardly any punches. They were showing the highlight reel, and it was Mayweather landing 2 punches, and then they cut to a picture of him with his arms up. That's it.
And fuck this sweet science thing. That's bullshit. No one wants sweet science. You know who wants sweet science? People who are that can't get into UFC or the blood sport that's happening. The majority of the people that were there wanted to see a bloodbath, or they wanted to see someone fighting for their life to fucking win, and it just didn't happen. So sweet science is no way.
How about the old days when the sport was original, when they did those ones in the old black and white where they fought for 14 rounds?
They're holding each other up just so they can punch them down.
They beat themselves to a pulp.
And I don't necessarily want to see somebody fucking die in the ring, but I also want to see people throwing punches like they mean it.
No, there's plenty of fights that you can go back to on classic ESPN where you can see that, where the guys didn't die, but they fought. They went for it. But I mean, I don't know enough about boxing to really talk on it other than watching these guys commentate on it.
Everything I know about boxing, I learned from Soccer Marmalade. And no, but it was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I watched it later with the highlight, and I went, oh my God. Could you imagine having friends over going, yeah, hey, Jesus, this is horrible.
We all stopped talking about the boxing match after about the 3rd round.
Yeah, and we just stopped now too.
All right, that's it. I didn't have anybody else to talk to about it, so.
Yeah, I know, and that was it.
You should get back on social media right there. There's a reason right there.
Look at how social we just did it.
Yeah. But immediately everyone said the same thing. I don't think I'll ever watch another boxing match. So you did it. You killed the sport.
Yep.
Yeah, so tell me one other fight that could occur. No one knows. This was the one everyone was waiting for. Who even knows who the fuck is?
Nobody knows the names of any other people at this point.
Yeah, my point exactly.
But Ronda Rousey, I mean, I'd watch that. She apparently beat the shit out of somebody in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's where this is going.
It's the future. It's the future of fighting.
The sour science, UFC.
We should be allowed to take drones and have them fly over the thing and attack them. If they're not fighting, we attack them with drones.
Yeah, we could just do it like American Idol or any of those voting. As more votes tally up for one of the fighters, the other one gets a drone attack.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be the big drones. They could just be like mosquito size, but they buzz around that guy's head.
It's a drone with a taser on it. I don't know why no one's thought of this.
What's that?
I would like to see a boxing match where, like, if you are doing too well, they like give you a shot in the arm that numbs one of your arms, and then you have to fight with like one arm.
Actually, that's what Pacquiao did. But the best part is they should electrify the ropes. I thought of that.
Oh, that's yeah.
So you just shove them on the ropes.
Yeah, not like they wouldn't have it juiced up for like a grizzly bear at the zoo. But
as the rounds go on, it gets stronger.
No, yeah, definitely, yeah. Get them off the rope.
They should be surrounded by crocodiles.
These are all great. These are the suggestions that if we had an open dialogue of how to improve boxing, no one would even look. UFC would not even have like formed a reality show based on it. There'd be no interest in it.
I know. Where's the suggestion box for this?
We could have saved Atlantic City.
Yeah. Get me on the phone of Donald Trump. I think I just saved Atlantic City.
You're welcome, Donald. Well, all right, guys. So
I think this has been another exciting episode of Near the Wild. I'm Matt Becker with a near hangover over.
I'm John Norris. It just feels good to be back with you guys. Real pleasure.
And I'm Greg Chaille in Bisbee, Arizona, getting ready to clean the place up to get it dirty again.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Matt Becker's backyard bus. Engineered by me, Greg Chaille.
We will see. The future is bright.
The future.